Living in Florida has changed a lot the last couple of years. So today we're going to talk about the reasons why you shouldn't be moving to Florida. Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. If we haven't met, I'm Emily Gonzalez, real estate agent here in Tampa, in the Tampa Bay area. So if you or anybody you know is looking to buy or sell, I'll be happy to help. My phone number is going to be on the screen, or you can find it in the description below. So buckle up and let's get started because this topic is going to be hot. And I know what you're thinking. Why would I be making a video about you not moving to Florida when basically that is my job, to help people relocate to Florida and to help them buy homes? But I want to make sure that you know what you're getting yourself into before you move to Florida. So stay tuned. Moving is a big deal. And let me tell you a little bit about my story. I moved to Florida in 2019. It was actually a PCS move. If you don't know what that is, I am a military family. So me and my husband moved here, and we bought a home in 2019. It was a brand new construction home in the Riverview area. This is a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 2,200 square feet home. When we bought the home in 2019, it was $250,000 what we paid for, specifically in that community. And now, one of the things we're going to talk about is house affordability, because that was in 2019 when we bought a home brand new for $250,000. Now that home is selling for $450,000, which is a big difference. It's a big increase. And the reason for that is that before the pandemic and after the pandemic, we had an influx of people moving to Florida. And majority of the people that were moving here were coming from New York, New Jersey, California. We're talking about people that sold their home, got a big chunk of money. People that were living in these homes for a long time decided to sell their home and move to Florida. I'm sure you probably heard of all these cash buyers that were coming to Florida. Housing affordability, it's a big problem for first-time home buyers and people that are paying really expensive rent. One of the issues that we're having is the salary is not keeping up with how expensive Florida has gotten. So we're getting a lot of people that live here and they can't honestly keep up with how much everything has gone up. Florida housing used to be cheap, but it's not cheap anymore. This is not, don't move to Florida because you think it's cheap. Housing affordability, it's a big issue right now in Florida. A lot of first-time home buyers and people that are currently renting and paying a lot in rent are having a hard time finding homes because they're not as affordable as they used to be. Florida is not cheap, so don't move here thinking that it's going to be cheap. It used to be back in before 2019. It was a cheap place. It's no longer a cheap place. So if you are coming from somewhere else, like maybe New York, Jersey, or California, of course it's gonna be cheap for you. But for the locals and people that have been here for a long time, Florida is not cheap anymore. And these prices have gone up a lot. Now, the good news is that you can still find a bargain or you can find a good deal, but you will have to look outside of the city. You can't be centrally located like Tampa, Orlando, Kissimmee. If you're gonna look at those places, you might want to look a little bit outside or further down from the city in order to find a good deal or a bargain. Salary, it's another issue. The salary, it's not keeping up with the expenses. Pretty much the Florida salary has not gone up much, which is causing a lot of locals to not be able to afford to live here. Another issue has been utility. You probably heard from people that live here, but the electric bill has gone up and like crazy. When I moved here in 2019, my electric bill used to be less than $100. But now I'm paying about $300 for electricity. I do live in a bigger house. It's a two-story house, but it's still a lot for electricity. So your utility bills are not going to be cheap, and that includes water. Water hasn't been increasing, not as much as electricity, but people they've been here are seeing the impact on the utilities. So that's something to keep in mind. Another issue is that Florida is known for hurricanes. So there's a lot of homeowners insurance and companies that don't want to work in Florida, that there's a lot of liabilities. So it's going to be hard to find a very affordable homeowners insurance. Florida has one of the most expensive homeowners insurance. So that's something to keep in mind if you're moving here, because that's gonna be a lot. Also, the good part about it is that if you're buying a new construction that is not in a flood zone, your homeowners insurance is not gonna be as high. Flood insurance is another issue. People that are mainly on a flood zone are seeing a big impact. The good news about flood insurance is that it can go up more than 18% per year. I know 18% increase per year, it sounds like a lot, but when you really think about it, it's not much. But the homes that are in a flood zone are having to get these flood insurance, and the rates are going up. Let's talk about population. Florida has added about 3.1, and I have my notes here, added 3.1 million residents in the last decades. And a lot of it has been in the last few years. What does that mean? That means that our traffic has gotten worse. Infrastructure is not keeping up. We're seeing constructions everywhere to keep up with that demand. And if you don't mind, there's not going to be a lot of locals. We're going to have people from everywhere. I myself, I'm from New York. But the military brought me here. I didn't come here because I wanted to. It was just, a PCS move. But I'm also a New Yorker in Florida. Just keep that in mind. So you're going to see people from a little bit everywhere, which I actually like. I enjoy seeing different people and getting to know different communities. Another thing about Florida, it's the weather. You have to know Florida is hot. You're not gonna see the seasons. You're not gonna see winter. Right now I'm wearing a jacket. It's a little bit chilly out, but it doesn't compare to New York. You're not gonna be seeing snow. You're not gonna be cleaning your car, shoveling snow, and freezing yourself outside, if you know what I mean. So weather is something to keep in mind. It's going to be hot, especially in summertime. It's going to be humid, it's going to be hot. So if you don't like the hot weather, then this is not the place for you. A lot of people do complain about the weather. I honestly love it. I do not mind the heat. I like going outside and flip-flop all year round. One of my favorite things about the weather is that it's not a sad looking. I don't know if you are from New York or if you're from the north. During the winter outside, it looks really sad and gray, and you don't really see like the trees that are green. It's not sunny. It's always looking gloomy. I don't know the word I'm looking for. You know what I mean. So yes, the weather, it's a big thing here in Florida. Like bugs, alligators, snake. There's gonna be a lot of bugs here. When I moved here, I didn't know anything about love bugs, and that was a big surprise, seeing love bugs around and sticking to my car. So if you don't like bugs, don't move here, because you're gonna see a lot of those. Now, alligators, you're gonna see them. I've seen a couple. But it's not like they're gonna chase you. They're not gonna chase you down, so you'll be fine. Same as snake. you're gonna see them in your yard, not everywhere. I've probably seen like 3 since I've been here. So it's not like you're gonna see them all the time. Snakes, they're not gonna follow you. They're not gonna chase you, just the same as alligators. So you'll be fine. If you're okay with all of that, then move here. I honestly love it here. So it's really up to you if you can, keep up with the expenses, because it's not cheap to live here. But if you are interested in moving and you need help relocating, PCSing, or just moving from another state, I'll be happy to help you. And I just want to say thank you so much for watching. I'm going to leave my phone number on the screen. So if you want to move here, give me a call. I'll be more than happy to help you. See you next time. Thank you for watching.